news updates. See how coronavirus started and where it came from. In the public mind, the origin story of coronavirus seems well fixed. In late 2019, someone at the now world-famous Anna's seafood market in Wuhan was infected with a virus from an animal. The rest is part of an awful history still in the making, with COVID-19 spreading from that first cluster in the capitals of China's province to a pandemic that has killed about 80,000 people so far. Stock shortage, food shortage of pangolins, a scaly mammal that looks like an anteater, have made it on to news bulletins, suggesting this animal was the staging port for the virus before it spread to humans. But there is uncertainty about several aspects of this COVID-19 original story that scientists are trying hard to unveil, including which species passed it through a human. They are trying hard because knowing how a pandemic starts is a key to stop the next one. Prof. Stephen Turner, head of the Department of Microbiology at Melbourne's Monash University, says what most likely is that virus originated in bats. But there is where his certainty ends, he says, on the hypothesis that the virus emerged at the Wuhan live animal from an interaction between an animal and a human being. Turner says, I don't think it is exclusive by any means. Part of the problem is that the information is only as good as the surveillance. He says, adding that the virus of this type are circulating all the time in the animal kingdom. The fact that the virus has infected a tiger in a New York zoo shows how viruses can move around between species, he said. Understanding the breadth of species this virus can infect is important as it helps us to narrow down where it might have come from. Scientists say it is highly likely that the virus came from bats, but first passed through an intermediary animal in the same way that another COVID-19 virus, the 2002 SARS outbreak, moved from household bats to cats like civets before infecting humans. One animal implicated as an intermediary between bats and humans is the pangolin. The International Union for Conservation of Nature says that they are the most illegally traded mammals in the world and are prized for their meat and the claimed medicinal properties of these scales. As reported in Nature, pangolins were not listed on the inventory of items being sold in Wuhan, although this omission could be deliberate, as it is illegal to see them. Whether the poor pangolin was the species at which it jumps, it is not clear. Turner says it is either mixed in something else or mixed in a poor pangolin, or it jumped into people and evolved in people. Prof. Edwin Amels of University of Sandale was a co-author on a nature study that examined the likely origins of the virus by looking at its genome. On social media, he has stressed that the identity of the species that serve as an intermediary for the virus is still uncertain. One statistical study looked at characteristics of the virus that evolved to enable it to latch on to human cells. Pangolins were able to develop these characteristics, but so were cats, buffalo, cattle, goats, sheep, and pigeon. Another study claims to have ruled out pangolins as an intermediary altogether because samples of similar viruses taken from pangolins lacked a chain of animal acid. Since in the virus now circulating in humans, the study of Holmes worked on suggested that the scenario is which a human at the Wuhan market interacted with an animal that carried the virus was only one potential version of the COVID-19 original story. Another was the possibility that descendants of virus jump into humans and then adapted as it was passed from human to human. Once acquired, these adaptations would enable the pandemic to take off and produce a sophisticated large cluster of cases to trigger the surveillance system that detected it. Analysis of the first 41 COVID-19 patients in medical journal and Lancet found that 27 of them had direct exposure to the Wuhan market, but the same analysis found that the first known case of the illness did not. This might be another reason to doubt the established story. Prof. Stanley Perlman, a leading immunologist at the University of Iowa and as expected on previous coronavirus outbreaks that have stemmed from animals. He says that the idea that the link to the Wuhan market is coincidental, cannot be ruled out, but that possibility seems less likely because the genetic materials of the virus had been found in the market environment. Perlman told Guardian Australia that he does not believe there was an intermediary animal, but add that while pangolins are possible, they are not proven to be the key intermediary. I suspect that any evolution of this virus occurred in the intermediary animal if there was no one. There has been no substantial changes in the virus in the 3 months of the pandemic, indicating that the virus is well adapted to humans. So-called well markets, where live animals are traded, have been implicated in various outbreaks of coronaviruses, in particular SARS. So, these wet markets have been identified as an issue because you don't have species interacting. It's an opportunity to highlight the genders of them and opportunity to clamp down on them. Turner adds that he have found the ancestors of this virus, but having broader knowledge of the coronavirus in other species might give us a hint about the evolution of this thing and how it jumped. So, viewers, that is how it came about. It came from an animal to a human, transfer from an animal to a human. They said it was during interaction of humans to animals. That is how those virus came about. The interaction, not eating. They did not eat it before because the virus came about. The person that interacted with these human mammals, with these animals, went to the zoo to check up an animal. So from there, interacting with these mammals made this person contact this virus. They say this mammal's name is called Pendalic. Pendalic is an animal that stays in the bush. Pangolins. Pangolin is a mammal. It's a scaly mammal. It's a scaly mammals that looks like an ancestors. I've made it on the new bulletins that this animal was the staging pot for the virus before it spread to human. This animal that has this virus is called Pangolis animal. So it's in this animal human beings get this COVID-19 from by interacting with it. They interacted together. Interacting with these animals infects humans. So viewers, with what you have heard now that causes the coronavirus into humans, drop your comment below if you're convinced. Don't forget to click on the subscribe button as well as the bell button to receive notifications whenever I publish new videos. And don't forget, share and like this news as well. Thank you.